Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mets in the UK podcast. I'm Tracey and I'm joined once again by the beautiful Toria. Hello, Toria.
Evening. How are you?
Hot. We'll just...
Woo! In all the ways.
Oh, thank you. Well, the UK is experiencing a bit of a heat wave and we're all feeling it right now. So excuse the redness, shininess, all of the above.
For what it's worth, the internet says, and the internet's always right, the heat in the UK is way different. And I know so many people who come here and they're just like, what is this?
Yes.
It is different. And we're just not built for it.
No. Brits and our houses.
Yeah, we're just not built for it. It's too hot. But I can say that because I don't complain when it's raining or cold. So
fair. And we are joined once again by the beautiful Jo, now that she's not partying with lionesses or being on the IL. How you doing, my love?
I'm all right. My pasty freckled skin is also struggling a bit, but I blame the lionesses for my illness. That's lasted like nearly 2 weeks because took a Tuesday off, went to see them lift the trophy again, and then 2 days later, that was done. I was like in bed.
Yeah,
it was worth it. I think.
Hard.
Dear, oh dear. So let's start with the results since our last recording, which was Tuesday of last week.
Yeah.
Apologies for no recording yesterday. It's completely my fault. I wasn't well, but I'm better now. So let's rock and roll. For what it's worth. So way back when, on the 5th of August, we lost to the Guardians 3-2 with nobody getting a home run.
Lovely. Great one, isn't it?
Yeah. Can carry on living the dream. Then on the 6th of August, we lost 4-1 to the Guardians again, and Soto got a home run, which was nice.
Woo.
But overall, we lost the series 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Then we moved on to the Brewers series, which wasn't much better. There were a few more home runs, but, got to see the positives.
I'd say there were sparks of life in that series, but that was about it. Sparks.
Yeah.
Yes. On the 8th, we lost 3-2 to the Brewers with home runs from Soto and Marte. Marte's been heating up nicely. That's a spark. Then on the 9th, we lost 7-4. Can you sense a theme? With the home runs from Alonso, Marte, and Soto. Then on Sunday the 10th, we lost 7-6 against the Brewers, which was so gutting. And I'm absolutely blaming this on Toria for not being there. It's
absolutely my fault. It's my fault because we were winning when I finally got signal and I saw Diaz pitching in the 8th and I was like, uh-oh. And then we know what happened from there. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Oops. Maybe I should have just not had.
Yeah. With home runs from Beatty and Mullins' first home run as a Met.
Was that the game that was on our debut this season on BBC?
Yes.
That would be the one where we got the shout out from Felix.
Yeah, that was good that we got maybe a wider audience, but we kind of showed old school Mets in that game, didn't we? But it seemed inevitable by the end. I'm not blaming you, Tor. I think it was just one of those. We were on that kind of run, and it was kind of almost inevitable. I think we knew it, and the players felt it too.
Yes. So overall, we lost that series 3-0 as well. But yesterday, it all happened. The bats remembered how to bat. The pitchers remembered how to pitch. And we won our first game in, I don't know how many, too many, in 8 games. We felt like we were doing our best to throw the season away. But yesterday redeemed that 13-5 against the Braves with 2 home runs from Alvarez, 2 from Alonso. More about Alonso shortly. Nimmo and Beatty, and the Mets actually ran out of fireworks.
Yeah.
Because after after home run, they let off a little spurt of fireworks. They had no more left after the
Really?
sixth.
Bats are that hot.
Indeed. And it was also the first career save for Justin Hagenman. So,
Yes.
ladies, let's have your thoughts. We'll start with you, Jo.
Well, until yesterday, it was all utterly depressing, wasn't it? The fact that I was ill and watched games feeling crap anyway, but they were so, like I said, they were so miserable and everyone looked deflated, and it just felt like even if we got a lead, we were going to throw it away. That's why I said there were sparks, because we were still getting a few runs and things. And then yesterday, hopefully yesterday, we finally, they teased us for a bit, didn't they? Because we were, what were we, 5-1 up or something at one point? They teased us, didn't they? And the Braves came back, and I was like, oh, here we go. But this time, didn't give in, did we? Smashed a few more balls out and ran out of fireworks, and made it look easy. Which I wish we could do that more often again. So.
We made them bring in a position player to pitch, so that's always a good sign.
So hopefully that will continue, because there's got to be a feel good after yesterday. Has to be.
Yeah.
Unless you're called Chris Russo.
Well, there is a bit of that. So, give us your positives and negatives and all in between.
Everything in between. Yeah. So I mean, let's get the lowlights out of the way, because I don't like dwelling on the lowlights. You know me. I mean, we can't avoid the fact that we got swept twice and had a 7-game losing streak. It was not fun. It was really not fun. However, as you mentioned, Jo, we were winning in game 2 against Cleveland, which is just as bad. You know, it's a negative as well as a positive, because we let it go. We were winning all 3 games versus the Brewers, albeit only very briefly in game 2. So it was low. It was tough. It was harder going on social media, so I generally tried to stay away where possible, for my own sanity. Montas and Stanek, I'm sure we'll come back to both of those. In fact, we're on my low light list for this week, I'm afraid. And as we already mentioned, that walk off on Sunday was it was so brutal.
Yeah,
it was, and I mean, it was, and especially from such a strong position as well. It's one thing if you're up a run or 2 and you let that go, but when you're up 5 and so early as well, it's just like, come on.
It was looking so good, wasn't it? It's like,
it really was. However, that leads me nicely on to my highlights, because one of my highlights of the past week was how much I smiled when I am in the middle of a field with no data and everyone's going bonkers because they can't do anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, we were there for a gig, so you kind of focus on the gig, which is nice.
Clarified why you're in a field then.
I was at a gig, so we got there at about, it was like an all day job, so we got there about 5 o'clock, and I think I had data for about 2 minutes, and then it was gone. And I went to my brother. I was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "Yeah, I've got nothing either." I was like, "Oh, okay." He'd been trying to text me while he'd been at the bar, and something didn't come through. But our Tracey managed to find a way through on SMS. So I had Tracey and one of my best friends, Jason, bless him, was sending me updates as well. He figured it out that it wasn't coming through and sent it on SMS. So I had literally play-by-play from Tracey. Keeping me company, because she knew, she obviously knew that I wouldn't be able to cope otherwise. And there was so much small ball as well. I was like, guys, really, why are you doing this to me? But that's actually, it was a real highlight, because it was just lovely to
Did you enjoy the imaginary what's going on ones? Because they were the best.
I did have a chuckle about that on the way home.
What did we have? What did I put? Oh, Tyrone Taylor might have had 3 home runs. What else did we have?
Trying to wind me up, saying that Tyrone was doing great.
Yeah, there was a few good ones on there.
Yeah, so for those not privy to our group chat, which is everyone.
No, it wasn't on the group
It was
chat.
on
It was on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it was.
Everyone got involved.
Right, everyone got, yes, because there were a couple of other people. Yes, I remember. But there was, who was it who was like really good and said, no, don't tell her actually what's going on. Somebody definitely stood up for me. I can't remember who it was, but then I knew it
wasn't me.
Yeah. Yes, but you were telling me the truth anyway, so well, as far as I knew at that point. Although as someone said, maybe you, Jo, like I probably, who was it who said I probably wouldn't believe it anyway?
No, that was Pete. Pete said that. Keep it honest, not sure she'll believe it though.
Yeah. So that was lovely. On a similar theme, we had 2 nights off. Now that's not normally a highlight, but timing wise, you know, I hate a night without baseball, but with some of the timings of the Brewers series was all late over the weekend. We're used to them being, well, aside from the Sunday when I couldn't even watch it, you know, we're used to the Saturday being earlier and stuff. And so by the time I got to like Monday evening, I was like, oh, this is nice. So yeah, having a couple of early and more restful nights was a highlight. The bullpen, aside from Stanek, I mean, Halsey had a couple of dodgy moments, but overall, the bullpen, especially Brooks Raley, again, I mean, like the guy's just coming in, keeping his head down, doing his job, no fanfare, nothing. He's just there. And then he comes and does his thing and disappears off again. It's great. So the bullpen continues to be a real positive. And I think that how many times have we seen, particularly, you know, playoff baseball, postseason baseball, where the bullpen is a massive part of it just because of the schedules and the workload. The only concern, of course, is that our starting pitchers are making them work much harder. But because the organization realized that was what was happening, they did the right things at the trade deadline and strengthened that bullpen. So now we are in a position where we can bring guys in the 5th or 6th and trust that we're going to get through it and not have a panic about how we're going to fill those innings. And, you know, Hagerman last night came in, just, you know, got through 4 innings. Cheers, mate. Thanks. But you know, he was great. We mentioned Marte earlier. He's just been so fun. He is clearly loving life right now, which is so nice to see. I know there's, I mean, honestly, had he been traded in the off season, I wouldn't have been devastated because of, you know, his injury. If it was for an upgrade, fine. That's not to say that I'm not pleased that he is still a Met, because I like his character and what he brings. But the last 7 days, he is at a 385 batting average. He scored the 2 home runs that we mentioned already. He's got a 1.308 OPS. I mean, he's
bad for an old fella.
Exactly that. And he's, you know, he's moving, so he's not, you know, he's not seemingly slowed down. So he's great. And I know that we'll talk in more detail about last night, but Pete aside, Alvey deserves a special mention, and not just for last night, actually, just since he's come back. You know, he's been, I think we mentioned last week as well, but again, this week, he's had a really, really solid week. He got his 2 homers last night. And the other lovely thing last night, that's definitely on the highlights, is him and Beatty going back to back with their homers as well. It was just such a sweet moment to see our babies kind of, you know, maturing and coming through. And Beatty was great last night as well. He was really, really good. Very impressive. So way more highlights again, largely, you know, saved by last night, of course. But you know, always look on the bright side of life. That's what we have to do.
There's a song there somewhere.
I thought of another positive, actually. Do you know, I'm really enjoying watching Tyler Rogers pitch, just because it's just so weird. I love it. This shit, because whenever we came up against like sidearmers, we'd always really struggle, and it'd be so annoying. But it's quite nice having one of your own, isn't it?
It really
Yes.
is.
It's like a little, well, I don't really know because I've never been a gamer, but on games where like the platform games and you're going through and you have like your little holster of weapons that you can choose. It's like it would be like I don't know what they'd even call them, but like an upgrade one or like a secret one that you have to like work really hard to get. It's just like, oh yes, I've got this. Let's pull this
Power
one
up, side slinger.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You two are nuts. I love it.
We're happy now. We won a game. If this was yesterday, it'd be miserable.
In fairness, we did call it when we were talking about whether we should postpone or not yesterday. I said like because why not? Because Pete's going to break the record tonight, and we're going to win, and at least we can have something good to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just call me the Oracle. Don't.
The Oracle. Yeah. Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I completely agree with most of your positives there, Tor. Alvy, since he's been back, he's worked out whatever it was that was holding him back before he was sent down for his brief stint in the minors. And he just seems more energized, more on it, both behind the plate and with the bat, and just seems like he's found his mojo again, which is lovely to see.
Yeah.
Lovely to see Marte, like you say, moving around, getting these moments because he's the one that drags everyone up for their bullpen photo. It's nice to see him have his bullpen photo moment too.
Yeah.
And Beatty is looking really settled at the moment. And I called this in our pre-season pod. I said he just has to settle and know where he's going to be, and everything will be fine. We are a team of oracles. And if you want to go back and listen to any of our pods, you can do. They're all on YouTube, including our guest ones that we did in the off season. So go give them a listen and a watch and all that jazz. Move, yeah. Right, so moving on to the news of the week. The AAA Syracuse Mets are currently running a contest to rename the team starting for the 2027 season. Entries close the 31st of August and can be submitted via the Syracuse Mets website. Jo, what would you call them?
The UK Mets something. No, the Mets in the I don't know, something like UK. Like, is it like a tribute to us?
Absolutely.
Syracuse Mets in the UK.
Okay.
That's not a winner, is it?
Submit it and see. You never know.
No harm in playing.
I'll think about it.
Let's face it, we have boats called Boaty McBoatface. Why can't that
Metty
win?
Metface.
Yeah.
Tor, any suggestions?
No, I'd be with Joe. It'd have to be something UK based, not make it through the round. So there's like this open round to the end of August, and then I think they're going to whittle it down to like 5, and then there'll be a vote on like the final 5.
I'm going to think about this and come up with something really good.
Yeah, we ought to submit an idea from Mets in the UK, I reckon.
Yeah. And then we can read the voting with us voting for everyone. I didn't say that.
What about you, Trace? Have you got any ideas?
Oh, no, I'll be honest. Say no, I just thought I'd drop you two in it and see what happened.
Thanks.
You're very welcome. So, number 5 prospect Brandon Sproat was named AAA International League Pitcher of the Month after getting a 0.67 ERA in July. And Benj, who hit 397, 482, 726 in July, was named AA Eastern League Player of the Month. And because of that, Benj, Tong, Williams, and Clifford have all been promoted now to AAA. So new baby Mets.
New baby Mets, and Benj is out of all of them like the newest. I think he was our first round pick last year. So I mean, there are certain organizations like the Angels, for example, that move their draftees through like super quick.
Yeah.
We don't generally do that. We do spend the time developing them or then flog them off. But so even though it seems like a long period of time to a number of organizations, for us, he's moving through pretty quickly. So that's really encouraging.
Yeah. So there have been a couple of roster moves. I'm just jumbling things up if you're looking at my notes thinking, what the hell's she doing now? Montas has been confirmed as moving to the bullpen with Nolan McLean coming up to start on Saturday. He's got a 2.98 ERA over 16 outings with Syracuse. Blackburn has also been confirmed as coming up for a bullpen role, and the move down has been Justin Hageman has been optioned to Syracuse just after he got his first save. Poor bloke.
Yeah.
Then we've got McGill, who's begun his minor league rehab assignment on Tuesday. He went 41 pitches over 1.2 at Binghamton, giving up no runs. And Waddell was activated from the 15-day IL and optioned straight to Syracuse, presumably for a rehab start or two. Then we got the tweet from Uncle Steve that said, we haven't been playing it well, but I still believe in the team. I will be at Citi Field for the next 3 games, rooting the Mets on. Let's go Mets.
I can translate for you, that's for you. Get your
Yeah.
shit together, I'm coming to watch you.
Yes. Yes.
And I pay.
Remember who signs your paychecks, boys.
That's what that means, basically, isn't it? It's like,
yeah.
watching you.
But I did see another tweet from, and I will find it, but I can't remember who it was from. But there was a guy on Twitter that said that let's make the return home positivity day. Let's not boo our players, because only classless people boo their own players, in my opinion. That's
Yankees.
me saying that, by the way.
Yankees.
Yeah, yeah. And they know that they're not playing great. They don't need you to boo them on top of that.
No, it's not going to achieve anything.
No, what's it do other than make them feel even worse? And yeah, if you're going to do stuff like that, do not do it in my vicinity, because I will throw things at you.
Oh, I might have booed a bit last week at home. If I'm fessing up.
Joanne!
Yeah.
Joanne!
I was feeling poorly, if that helps. And I was just frustrated.
Consider this your one and only warning. I know where you live.
Yeah, but I didn't do it in public. So if anyone
Doesn't
just tuned
matter.
in, sounds weird.
Doesn't matter. I know where you live.
They can feel it. They can feel it.
Yes.
They feel negativity.
And following on from Uncle Steve's tweet, as we have said, the Mets turned things around, and Pete broke the home run record.
Pete! Yes.
And he added one for good measure. That's
That
runs
was so cool.
252 and 253.
You know the record-breaking one, though? In the, pantheon of Pete home runs, it was like a little squeaker, wasn't it? Just over the wall.
Just tiptoe.
Not one of these massive arcing beasts. It was like a little whoop, home run.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a cheeky one. It wasn't like an upper deck home run or anything like that. It was just squeaked over, but it was enough. It counts.
Even young Keith on radio comms commented that he was like waiting to see which part of the wall it was going to hit. He was like calling it as a home run the whole. It was a great call. He was calling it the whole way, and was still like afterwards. He was like, oh, I wasn't convinced.
Well, he teased us a bit with his first at bat, didn't he? Because that looked like it might be going. It didn't quite go. So
yeah,
he was getting closer. It got bigger as the kind of game went on.
And I was speaking to Tor earlier, and I said it was just magic that it happened back at home. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
And not just for the fans, but also the broadcast crews, for the guys behind the scenes that make things happen, like John DeMarco and all the production teams and cameramen and everything else. So yeah, it was a bit magic. Mendoza said that he acted like a fan and had a tear in his eye, which was quite cute. And Strawberry recorded a video congratulating him afterwards, saying it was great to see homegrown talent rising to the top like that. And today there'll be a pre-game ceremony to honour the achievement before the start of tonight's game. And if anyone has got anything to say about that, just leave. I have no interest. I don't care.
Do you know what?
You
know what? I think it was emotional for everyone because we all felt a bit that way, didn't we? Just because it was Pete and because like we've seen his whole journey, his whole career so far. But it's not just like a name from the past that we can't quite connect with as much because we've seen it all. It just made it that extra bit special.
It did, and we've seen him go through his dry spells and his hot years and everything in between, and it was just really fitting that it happened, and it brought the end to this slump and hopefully starting a new hot run, because we are currently, as we are recording, 5 games behind the Phillies. Now that's not insurmountable,
absolutely not,
but it does make things very difficult.
Where is I retweeted something earlier? Let me see if I can find it.
We like difficult anyway, don't we? You don't want to be boring.
Yeah, we never do things the easy way.
No, I've been a Mets fan for that long. I know that we don't do things the easy way. We just have to do things a bit special.
Yeah,
special.
exactly.
So we are a little bit special.
We are special.
Yeah.
I'm missing something there. Where is it? But there was a really great. Do you know what? It'd just be easier if I did it this way. I'm doing it the wrong way. There was.
Should I tell a joke while you're looking?
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
No pressure.
What happened to the magic tractor?
I don't know what did happen to the magic tractor.
It turned into a field.
Dear.
Do you know what? I'm wondering if
what's ET short for?
I'm wondering if the original tweet's been deleted. You know, because
it's got a little leg.
But it was basically it was basically about how far behind we were from the Cubs this time in whatever year it was. But anyway, far from, I mean, to the last out, always, obviously.
Obviously.
And as I've mentioned once or twice, we still have 7 games to play against the Phillies. So it's still largely in our own hands. And as long as that's the case, then it's, you know, I've said this to others before. I remain positive because even if we lose, and you mentioned it, Joe, just there are often positives within that. So, you know, when you're watching the games, as I do from time to time, you see
occasionally,
just now and again, you will often see things that the stats don't tell you. So it could be a really good individual performance amongst a loss. It could be a good team performance that ultimately results in a loss. And so there is enough, and we know that this is a great team. They're a great team. And we all know that they've been underperforming. They know that they've been underperforming. Last night showed what happens when they perform as they are capable of doing. So it's just about finding that consistency. And again, I've said it before, but, you know, being inconsistent is the one thing that we're consistent at. And it is really, really frustrating. But there's 9 times out of 10, not always, sometimes there are games where you just, oh man, there was nothing to take from it, but 9 times out of 10 there's something to take and something that shows what is there. It just makes it all the more infuriating, because I almost wouldn't mind if we were a terrible team and those things weren't there and we were just like, yeah, well, we're losing, fine, we're used to it. But when we're losing and we know that we are capable of so much more, it's great to know that so much more is there, but it makes it all the more frustrating that it's not happening.
It's like last night, it just showed you get men on base and then hit home runs. It's an easy game. Whereas before we were hitting
and
home,
all of the home runs came with 2 outs as well.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like, oh, pressure, gone. Okay, great. Let's just do that every time. Why not?
Yes,
Let's
please.
just start each at bat with 2 outs.
When you go back and look at the results over the last 2 or 3 series, the amount of games that we lost by 1 or 2 runs was firstly frustrating as hell.
Yeah.
But does provide that sort of, it can happen if the boys wake up a bit. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. And that's like Jo says, it's a spark. Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this week we do have no questions from our viewers, but if you do want to get involved, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, at Mets in the UK, using the hashtag MITUK to get involved. But I know Jo has a couple that she has saved just for us. No
I was
pressure,
going to
Jo.
ask you guys, what do we think is going to happen with Stanek? I know he's got lovely long locks and he likes to flip them around when he's pitching, but his pitching's gone a bit shit. What does he? How are we fixing him? How?
Tracey,
help! Tracey, help!
I think he needs a visit to our boys in the pitching lab. There is obviously something not right somewhere. I don't know if it's mechanical.
He's
I don't know
throwing
if
hard though,
it's
still, isn't
mental.
he?
Yeah, but if he's like releasing at the wrong point or got the wrong grip or whatever, it all makes a massive, massive difference.
Yeah, it's command.
And yeah, when he pitched the other day, he just couldn't find the zone. And that seems to be happening more and more with him. And it's really frustrating because when he's on it, he's really, really good. But when he's not, he's shocking. And
That's one word for it.
I was being polite, family podcast, and think that he either needs to pay a visit to the minors, a la Alvarez, or needs to go speak to the guys at the pitching lab.
Yeah, I think he needs a break. I mean, it's not that he's not pitching every day, but there is something off, and he started so well. So it seems like I don't know if it's the changing in the bullpen with the additions that's kind of thrown him off a little bit. Maybe some uncertainty around his role with that. Maybe he feels like he's under more pressure to perform, and therefore he's overcooking things. I don't know. It feels to me like he needs a break because we're not. If this were earlier in the season, I would say just keep giving him the reps, right? Just keep pushing him out there. We're not in a position where we can tolerate that at the moment. We haven't got the wiggle room anymore. So I think we need to just let him have a bit of a rest. Maybe he can have a dodgy elbow for a couple of weeks or something.
You're going on the IL.
One of those rests.
One of those rests. Not that I would ever condone such behaviour, but I feel like he needs a bit of a rest, and thankfully we're fixing the Montas issue.
Do you think he will be any better in the bullpen than he is a starter?
I think the main thing with Montas is that you can only get 4 innings out of him. You can get 3 decent innings out of him, and then, but never, more than that really. So if you're bringing him from the bullpen, he can save his best stuff, and he can, it shouldn't be fatigue affecting him, but you don't know. He had a really lengthy layoff. So I think he's going to do better out of the bullpen because it's a different scenario. Unless, again, starting pitching it's a weight, and I think you take that away. They'll probably, you would think that given that he was a starting pitcher, they could use him in high leverage situations, but it might be that they start him off in low leverage outings. But yeah, I think he can't be worse. So
Jojo?
I think it's it can't be worse. That's always a dangerous thing to say.
Remember,
I think a lot of it is just
Mets?
confidence. It's just confidence. He looks a little bit lost. So maybe if we can get him in there and just get a bit of confidence back, then if that does the trick, then that's good. So,
and I think having Blackburn back in the pen will be good as well. It's yet another. He's shown us. I mean, he's generally been solid as a starting pitcher, even more so in the pen. So I think, and his experience and the way that he seems to talk in the bullpen as well. I think he's quite a presence there. So I'm our bullpen is already excellent, and I think we're strengthening it by moving to weak starting pitchers to strong relievers.
Yep, agreed.
I think I agree with all of those points. That saves me saying it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Speaking
upcoming...
of, sorry, go on.
No,
I was going to say, speaking of saying stuff, next week, as we've talked about last night's game, we are going to have Andrew Sherwood on to join us for 10 minutes or so to have a chat. He was at the game last night. He will be there tonight for the ceremony. So he's going to pop on and tell us what it was like to be there in person. I mean, I was so pleased that he was there.
Lucky
we've been talking about his trip before they left. And, I was super excited for him then. But for him to have experienced last night, it was, I was really, really pleased. And, that we mentioned seeing our good old Mets in the UK travel flag on the big screen at City Field was pretty epic. Get everywhere. Get everywhere on Mets in the UK crew. So, if you want to be like Andrew, grab yourself a flag to represent next time you're over. Or even if you're wandering around the UK, feel free to do so.
Yeah,
T-shirts,
just get in touch.
T-shirts and things on Redbubble. Still lots of those around. Yeah.
Indeed, there are. So we have 2 series coming up. Well, we're continuing the Braves series, should I say. We've got 2 more games against the Braves. Both are 12 starts. Then I think, hold on, have I got that time wrong? I think I have got a time wrong. Just bear with me 2 seconds.
At least you got the team right. That's fine.
Well,
it's Toria time anyway.
No, it's fine. I did get it right. It's next week that things are a bit squiffy. So, on Friday, it's a 12:10 start against the Mariners. Then Saturday is UK friendly at 9:10. And Sunday is ESPN, so you won't be able to watch that without an ESPN subscription, or it might be on BT Sport or whatever that's called this week.
Yeah.
And that is the Little League Classic, and that'll be played in Williamsport with the Mets being the home team.
Cool.
So, Sunday night bliss ruined once again.
Yeah.
Drive.
It's like they've got something against you, Tor.
It wasn't bliss last Sunday, I'll tell you that.
No.
No.
Well,
No,
I was
but-
happily drinking vodka and watching great bands.
Maybe
So
for you, so you're
it's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, but time-wise, 12:10 on a Sunday, going
I know.
into Monday is
Yeah.
not fun.
Yeah, I have Howie shouting at me at 5 to 5 in the morning on a Wednesday to get out of bed. It'd be amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, from my alarm clock, because I have to go to. Well, I don't have to. I choose to go to the gym on Monday morning. So,
Are we feeling positive about these games then?
Predictions for the next 5, ladies?
I'm going all in. I'm going 4-1. I'm going sweep the Braves 2-1 against Mariners. Yes.
Oh, like it.
Cross my arms.
nice.
That is it.
Um,
Come on, Tor, don't make me out positive you.
yeah, no, I'm going 3 and 2. I don't know actually. I might. No, do you know what? I'm going 4-1 as well, because I think that we have the momentum and the Braves are currently even more decimated than they already were. So I think, I think we're going to take
Carrasco tonight as well, isn't it? Our old mate
Yeah.
Carrasco.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's take the 2 against the Braves. The Mariners are going to be tough. There's no getting away from that. They're going to be really, really tough. So I'd like to say that we'll take 2 of 3 from that. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose that series. Just because, I mean, it's Seattle. But look, I'm going to go 4-1.
Okay. I agree with you, I think.
It's a tricky one.
But the thing is, Seattle are on a run at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
All good things come to an end.
They're on an 8-game winning streak. And let's have a quick look to see who the Phillies have got.
Oh no, that's not
They've
great.
got the Nationals at the weekend.
Yay.
Stranger things have happened.
This is true.
I think, they've got a 4-game against the Nationals.
We're playing them, aren't we? Are we playing them after that?
And they currently are against the Reds.
Yeah.
And they lost last night 6-1.
They did.
So I think we're going to take some numbers back from the Phillies, and hopefully they continue this losing streak that they've now started.
There was some chatter around. Oh, it's it's Phillies, Cincy, and obviously Cincinnati are just behind us, a couple of games behind us, right, in the wild card for the final wild card spot. And so people were like, oh well, do we just concede to the Phillies and hope that they beat Cincinnati to keep us ahead in wild card? And I'm like, how does that make sense? If we win, it makes no difference what Cincinnati do, but the Phillies losing does have an impact for us. So we first and foremost, and I say it all the time, we have to take care of our business. So
Yes.
I'm not going to root for the Phillies to beat Cincinnati. I'm not after wild card. Not interested. Thanks.
No. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's like Pete has been saying that there have been so many opportunities to win.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to take advantage of those opportunities and seal the deal. And then who cares what the Reds do? Who cares what the Phillies do? Because, like you say, we've got to take care of our own business, and we need to get there on our own merit. Or not.
And they need to win against the Phillies in a couple of weeks, because I'll be there. Well, for at least one of those games. So we need to beat them, because I can't bear to see the Phillies win.
Yeah.
No, my luck. We'll win the series, but we'll lose that one game.
Stop it.
That'll get me for being so positive all the time.
Yeah. speaking of upcoming things, we have a meetup scheduled with British Orioles. Please do drop them a follow. Lovely peoples at British Orioles on Twitter. It's going to be in Sheffield because that's where some of us are in the world. It's going to be on the 14th of September 2025 at Box in Barker's Pool.
My birthday, sorry.
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah. We'll be singing for you whilst we're there.
We'll sing happy birthday and send you the video.
Yes, because I'm going in New York that day. Well, the airport. Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll be from 6 p.m. All teams are welcome. You don't have to be an Orioles fan or a Mets fan. We've got plenty of room. We ask that you just let us know if you're considering turning up, just so we can let the venue know more than anything. It's free admission. Obviously, any drinks you buy yourself.
We've got a lovely space there. I'm really excited to be in that space.
It looks beautiful. I've never been there. It's quite a new venue.
It is.
So let's show them how the Brits do baseball. Let's go take over the joint. We've got a private room and we're all lovely. We give hugs if you like hugs. And Jo doesn't like hugs, but she gets them anyway.
So I'm not coming. That's why I booked my holiday that day.
On purpose, so she doesn't get hugs.
Yeah. We don't give her a choice, do we, Jo? Sorry. Not even a little bit, sorry.
No, not even a little bit. No. So yeah, we hope to see plenty of you there, and it'll be great to put some faces to names. So please do join us if you are anywhere around the Sheffield area. So that's a Sunday, the 14th of September at 6 p.m. Box. And no, Jo won't be there, but we will be. Me and Tor and Baldy Spice himself will be there alongside British Orioles. So please come, show your support, and we'll be showing at least one game. So it'll be fun to see you there.
Excellent.
Anything else, ladies?
No.
I need to go
finish.
Get some rest.
And you know what? The streak starts now. Let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.